Welcome back to Southern RV TV. I'm your host Barry, and today I'm coming at you from the Southern RV sales lot where we're taking a look at the 2021 Rockwood Mini Lite 2511S. This is a super cool little travel trailer for couples or solo travelers. It's loaded with great features. We're going to get into it. Buckle up and let's check it out.
Fly so high, fly so high, fly so high, I may never come down. Fly so high, fly so high, fly so high, I may never come down. Ooh, fly so high, fly so high, fly so high, I may never come down.
So, the Rockwood Mini Lite is an interesting trailer because it falls into kind of a strange category. It's bigger than some of our GeoPros, yet it's smaller than a lot of our other tandem axle trailers that we see here on the lot, but it features a whole lot of things that we see in some of our luxury travel trailers, like right here at the front cap. Notice we have molded fiberglass. That's a nice solid molded fiberglass front cap. It's even got an automotive grade windshield in it, and our loading lights have these little LED strips as well as the docking lights that are down front. We have a power tongue jack. We see that a lot on the units that we have these days, but behind that we have a big double battery box, and we have the taller, larger LP tanks. Another cool thing that they've done here is they've given us the PS2 dual motor power stab jacks. They put the buttons in a nice spot to where they're easy to use. They actually move pretty quick up and down. They're really easy to set up. So that makes breaking down and setting up the camper a real breeze. On the side here, notice where it says we're wired for solar on the side. Well, this does have a solar panel up on the roof. It's a 190 watt solar panel, as a matter of fact, and that's tied to a 1,000 watt inverter. So that does give you quite a bit of room for some off the grid fun. But let's say you did want to park this up under the shade and still use a panel. Well, we could plug a panel into here and drag it out into the sun if you so choose to. Another really cool thing that Rockwood has going on that some of our smaller travel trailers don't is this massive pass-through storage. One thing that I think is cool is that they even put magnetic catches on our baggage doors to keep them open. That's not something we see in a lot of travel trailers of this size. A lot of times that's just going to be a typical little plastic clasp latch. How do we get this big storage? Well, thanks to a drop frame. So instead of the frame going straight across on this, it actually stops. I think it's right about here, and it drops down and then cuts over. That allows us to have this big box area where we can get totes and other things in and out with ease. And that really just is double the storage of what we see in a lot of other traditional travel trailers of a similar size class. Beside me, this comes with a Suburban outside griddle. This hooks it straight into the LP, so it's pretty simple and easy to use. It has a little hose connector, and they've given us a table that can hook up out here as well. In addition to that, we have power supplies outside as well as cable out, and we have a TV hookup outside on the wall as well. So they've provided us with the other side of this so you can pick out your own flat screen, bring it out, slide it down, hook it up, power it up, and have cable outside under this big beautiful power awning. That's all lit by a big LED strip. We even have outside speakers out here as well. Those are marine grade, so having any issues with water is not going to be a problem. This is riding on Dexter torsion axles. We have those beautiful rims that Rockwood supplies across all of their Rockwoods. I think that's really cool. Another really neat feature that I'd like to point out is these entry steps. It's not uncommon for us to see the solid step entry, but what is uncommon is on a travel trailer of this size for it to have the strut assist. So that strut assist is going to keep it up and in, and it's going to make it easy to get in and out as well. Those connect with the ground. They make a nice stable connection. It makes walking up and down inside the trailer very stable and secure feeling, especially with this large grab handle that we see on the side. Pushing around to the back of the camper, We have a ladder, and that's because this is 6-sided aluminum framed. Our roof is fully walkable here. We'll check that out in just a little bit, but at the back, behind this ladder, we notice that we have black tank flush. That's a pretty slick little feature. Not a lot of small trailers have black tank flush. It's gonna help you clean out your black tank by hooking up a water hose to it after you've dumped it, and you can spray fresh water in there and drain it all down. There's an outside shower. Those are great for hosing off bicycles or dirty feet or sandy feet after going to the beach. I really like those a lot. It's a great feature. This does come with a spare tire, and hiding up under there, we have a 2-inch receiver. Now, that 2-inch receiver is not for tandem towing. That is designed with a cargo rack or a bike rack or something of that nature in mind. Pushing on around, and actually before we make it all the way around, I'll point out that like many of RVs in its class, this is pre-wired for a backup camera system. That's a simple plug and play Furrion option that's there. We have at the very rear of the camper, we have our dump station. So our sewage and gray tank holding is all right there. And then there's a cable and satellite input here as well. This has 2 slides on board, and we optioned it in with the slide toppers because we feel like that's something that at this level of travel trailer our customers do want to see. Uh-oh, I didn't bring my keys with me, but let me see if I've got the right one. I think this is a M key here. Yeah, there we go. Open that up. There's some extra storage on the back side of this slide. They've kind of carved out any little niche spaces that they could just to give you that extra space whenever they've got it. This slide, it looks small, but when we get inside, you'll see what that's all about. That's actually the closet in the bedroom. And then up under it, we have the other side of that pass-through storage. And I really should have got out here and unlocked these before we started filming this video, but hey, there it is. And that has a magnetic catch lock as well. This also has built-in water purification. So there's a filter that's in there that helps filter out any particulate from the park. On this side, right up front, we have our city water connection, as well as our tank fills too, and a little switch for flipping on those docking lights. Guys, let's take a quick break from the camera. Let's climb up on the roof and take a look at that solar panel and some of the other features that are up there. So, here up on the roof, one of the first things we come across after we come up the ladder is this Max Air vent cover. This is super cool because it's optioned in after the fact too. This is also an aftermarket product that you can put on your own RV. What it does, here I'll remove the cotter pins on the side so we can show you, is this covers up the traditional vent cover. Now notice we have this vent cover in the open position. Right now, if this were left open and rain came, well, it's going to get down inside your bathroom. So notice how this is all vented out the back and leans over. Now when this is closed and covered, and we put those cotter pins on there to keep it from blowing away, this allows us to have that vent open, the fan running, we're circulating air out of the camper or into the camper, and even if it's raining, it's not coming inside. That's pretty slick. Another thing we've got going on the roof is this antenna. This is not only your HD antenna, it's also a Wi-Fi Ranger. The Wi-Fi Ranger does a couple of things. One of the most notable things it does is act as a range extender. So if there is Wi-Fi in the campground, you can pick it up and create your own private network right here in the campsite. To my side, we have this beautiful solar panel. This is 190 watts. Loads of sun is soaking up through that, and that is tied to a 1,000-watt inverter. That inverter is going to give us power at a few outlets, as well as power to, well, a handful of things, including our little refrigerator, our lights, lots of things that you can run without even being hooked up to shore power. let's pop down again and head inside to check out some of the features there. Right here at the entrance, as soon as we come through our front door, there's some coat hangers as well as a nice little closet there with some adjustable shelving and a hanging rod at the top. That's nice and deep. I can see that being used as a pantry for dry goods storage or linen storage. All kinds of good things could go in there. When we round the corner, we hit our control panel. Now this is going to have all of our rocker switches for interior and exterior lights, all of our tanks, and our slide and awning controls. In addition to that, this is equipped with tank heaters, so we can throw those tank heaters on in super cold weather as well. So another nifty thing about this control panel is that it is also connected to LCI's One Control. It's an app on your phone. I'll open mine up, and it gives us control of all sorts of things that are powered, like lights, slides, awnings. We'll do a quick demonstration of that as well. For example, I can run the main slide in and out at the touch of a button on my phone. Well, why would that be handy, you ask? Well, let's say you're setting up camp and you are in a spot where you can't tell where that slide is going to run out to. Now I can step out with my phone and run it out with my phone and watch it go in and out. I think that's a handy dandy feature as well. In addition to that, like I was saying, you do have things like light controls that give us all the lighting inside and out. So there's our interior lights on and off just at the touch of a button. Kind of cool. So if you're laying in bed, you can cut your lights off without having to get up. Behind me, we have the bathroom. This is a big bathroom. So when we step in, one thing that I'll point out is that it doesn't have a swinging door. All of the doors interior here are going to be our sliding pocket style doors. That really opens up space for getting in and out of a bathroom, in addition to not swinging out into any main spaces. Above me, we have that Max Air fan that we saw outside with that fan cover that's over it to keep the rain from getting down in. And then to my right here, I've got all kinds of storage. So a nice big spot for towels and blankets and things. Our sink has a medicine cabinet and it's got plenty of storage around that. I love this nifty little toothbrush holder that they put above the sink. And then they've done some other things in the form of cabinetry down low. They've even put a towel holder on the wall. We have a high porcelain foot flush toilet from Dometic. That's very nice. And our shower is a decent sized surround with a glass door enclosure, skylight up above. Guys, I'm 6'3". I can stand in this thing with ease and move around. So there's plenty of room to get the hair wash, to do what you need to do. And this is equipped with the shower miser system as well. This is a great water saving feature. We've got a cool video on how it works. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll link it here. If you're watching it on social media, be sure to look up our shower miser video on YouTube. It's pretty nifty. Now, pushing out into this main room, we see one of our two slides is out. It's the one that we were just messing with the One Control app. And this slide houses our theater seating, which has recliners with lumbar support in them, with some shelving up over it, so that this folds down. We can reach back there and store some extra stuff. All of that's directly across from the entertainment center. The entertainment center features a flat screen TV from Furrion. This is on an adjustable arm so it can swing out, turn, spin. And something I want to point out is that this is actually hooked up to the inverter circuit. What does that mean? Well, remember when we talked about that solar panel, that 190 watt solar panel with a 1000 watt inverter? Well, that 1000 watt inverter runs to several panels, and we'll point those out as we go, that are your home style plugs that you can plug into with regular appliances like a small computer or charging a laptop, things of that nature, and you can do it off the battery in the solar panel system. So that TV swings. It's got a sound bar down beneath it. We've got an IRV Technologies head unit to manage the speakers inside and out. That nice control panel we talked about earlier. a great electric fireplace. This is really just a fancy electric heater that's a great addition to the furnace that's on board, and some storage down low in the form of drawers. One thing I want you to notice about these drawers is that they're plywood. That's not some composite or particle. That's a decent material that's built out of. Another cool thing about this little theater seating slash recliner is that this will fold up and get out of the way, so if you had a little kid sitting between you, you can. But when it's down, we have cup holders as well as charging ports, and we have another one of those inverter circuit plugs on the wall. That's all next to our Magic Chef refrigerator. Now in this particular model, we have optioned in the 11 cubic foot refrigerator. So this is a big 12 volt refrigerator that we've got going on here. And the 12 volts, they cool down super fast. I can feel the cold coming off of it right now. Our kitchen is fairly well equipped. Here, instead of, and a lot of times in these shorter trailers, we won't option in the oven in order to pick up some extra storage. But this unit has so much great storage already, we figured the oven's a good thing. So it does have that Magic Chef oven, and up above it we have a 3-burner range with the glass top. And that glass top just extends our counter space. You fold it back and that's going to give you access to that range. We have a Magic Chef microwave up top, as well as just some more cabinetry just for extra storage up there. That's nice and deep. There's some lighting up under it, and then we have a dual basin stainless steel sink with a nice high faucet up and over it for getting pots and pans up under. They've given us these great sink covers just to extend the counter space, and speaking of extending counter space, they thought of that as well with this solid surface extension that lifts right up, pops into place. When you want to close it, you reach under it, you give it a little push, and it closes right back down. Another thing I've got sitting on the counter here is our TPS system. This is a tire pressure monitoring system. So it gives us this nifty little display that we can put on the dash of our truck or down in our little glove box area and check every now and again if you want. But it's tied to wireless transponders that are actually inside the rim of the tire. They can tell what the pressure is and the running temperature outside as well. That's pretty slick if you ask me. Now, another really cool thing about this particular model is that our AC doesn't just pop through and do direct dump. Our AC is ducted here. So we're pushing out to all the different points in the camper and evenly distributing that cold air as it's pushing in. As we walk into the bedroom, notice how wide and open these doorways are. At 6'3", I don't have to duck to go under it. And because it's not a swinging door, nothing's in the way. Again, just like the bathroom, we have that nice big sliding door. It's thin profile and it's out of the way. It's very, very handy. Coming in, we have a nice big bed with that automotive grade front windshield over it. That's really cool. It's this great viewpoint. We've got a window off to the side as well. This also serves as an emergency exit. In this corner, again, taking advantage of unused space in the kitchen, they put a drawer in. I thought that was kind of slick. Up above, we've got a spot to hook up a TV, so with our satellite and cable outs, as well as a GFCI outlet and a TV backer plate right here, we can put a small flat screen up. Around our bed, we find more storage in the form of a hanging closet. We've got some drawers down low. We've got another inverter circuit plug in the back. That's really cool. So that's tied to that 1000-watt inverter as well. Some just standard storage shelving up above that runs all the way across. It's nice and deep. And down below the bed, I'm going to lift this up. We can see that we have this strut-assisted storage space. One thing I'd like to point out as a testament to the quality of the build of the Rockwood Mini Lite is that this is welded aluminum framed, not just wood framed like we see in some of our cheaper brands. And then down low, we've got more drawers. So storage is abundant here for sure. Speaking of storage, there is definitely more of it in the form of this slide. We have a second miniature slide here that's off to the side of our bed. It's going to host those nice 3 big shelves there, as well as hanging space here. They've got a great hanging rod right across the top. And While I'm in here, I want to point out that you can walk in front of this bed. It's really easy to do. You don't have to like shimmy by. Like you can actually physically walk this way. I think that's a really cool feature as well in such a tight trailer. Guys, this thing is loaded to the hilt with all kinds of cool features. I hope I hit everything because there's so much to look at. It makes your head spin compared to some of the other trailers that are on the market right now. Guys, if you want to see it for yourself in person, come on down to Southern RV in McDonough, Georgia. We're right off I-75. You can also see it online at southernrv.com. We have the listing up. Hopefully it doesn't sell too quick and you get to get your eyes on it. But in today's market, I don't think this trailer is going to sit around for very long. So until next time, guys, be sure to tune in and subscribe. And otherwise, happy camping.